Yay, it seems like it's cooperating with me today. Hooray! Hello, everyone. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, find out more about me. You also can see our products. You can place an order. If you do place an order that's less than $150, here's the host code to use. $150 is what it takes to qualify for a workshop, which is what we call our parties, and you get some free items once you hit $150 before shipping and tax. Okay, so we do have a lot of exciting things happening right now. One of the other things you can do is sign up to have a workshop of your own. We bring in family and friends and have a good time stamping together. And it can be a virtual event. It can be in person, either at your home or mine. And it's something we can work out. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know, or you can go through the web page to do that. The other thing is to join my team, and this month only, there's a special that if you sign up, which costs $99, and for that $99 you get $125 worth of product. It's products of your choice. This month, in addition to that, you will also receive $66.50 worth of our new in color products. And so if there's anything, like a little more information, you can you can contact me. You can look again at the website. Excuse me. Get talking, and all of a sudden I got like this frog in my throat. 1 second. There, I think it's better. Hopefully. I so apologize for that. So I did want to show you, we're going to be, our new annual catalog looks like this, and it is live now. This week is when it went live, and so you can now order from this. If you do not have a catalog, I sent some out to people. I have a handful of people I sent some to. I have other people who I see who come to my house, and I hand them one in person. If you've not ordered from me before, something new to you, you can reach out to me and we can work out getting you a catalog. Okay. The other thing I want to mention is this mini catalog, January to June, goes to the end of June. We're now at the place where some things may start to not be available because the supplies last, and some things have been marked down. Some of them are going to be available in this catalog and some are not. Okay. A bundle, which is like a stamp set with either a die set or a punch. Many times, if they are a bundle in one catalog, they're not in the next one. There are a few that are remaining bundles, but not a lot. So even if they go forward, you won't receive the 10% off if you don't, that you get from when they're bundled. So just to say, now's the time, okay, to the end of June, where supplies last, as I mentioned. Okay, so what I wanted to do was show you today in this catalog what we are working on this week. If I can get to my, okay. The Sunprint Suite, and it's on page 90 and 91 in our new catalog. Okay, and it's got, what's included in the suite is the stamp set, the die set, and again, you buy those together, it's a bundle, it saves you 10% over buying each of them separately. We have this beautiful paper, I'll show you that closer in a moment, and we have embossing folder, which does this, a 3D embossing folder, which puts these fern shapes on, presses it right into the card. We'll be looking at that a little closer in a little bit as well. If you wanted to see some things a little closer, nope, not there. In the back here, they do show, now there's a picture here, it's little. There's a bigger one in back. This shows you all the shapes that the dies cut out. Some are go around stamped images. Some are just stand by them on their own. Okay, and then back here there's the fern embossing folder. So I don't know if you can see that any better. Okay, now the paper, I'm just going to show you again. Here's that paper again, the sun prints. That's all part of that suite, but there's more paper that coordinates with it called pretty prints. All right, and I'm going to show you those today as well. All right, so I did make up a storyboard, and this shows you, here's the box with a stamp set. It has "You're on my mind," "Best wishes and happy thoughts," a heartfelt thank you, and "Hello there." Then the images are this piece of greenery, this one, this flower, this fern, and then the splotches. And what I did was I had stamped I stamped that, and I stamped it on white. This is basic white. This is very vanilla. And I thought it might stand out a little more, but I realized afterwards, for someone who's new, that doesn't necessarily show you. So I added today, I just cut out the shapes without being stamped, and I'll just show you. Okay, these are what our dies look like. Now, some of you that are watching have stamped for quite a while. You may have even done stuff with dies. There are people who watch that's new, and I realized I kind of went through it kind of quickly. It's been a while since I really talked about it, so I thought I would take some extra time today. Ordinarily, I do my best to keep things as close to half an hour as possible. You know, if you watch me at all, that's not too often. But today I decided I'm just taking my time. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. Hopefully not, but I'm not rushing today. So just to show you, and hopefully this will show up well here. This is the die, and here there's a ridge. Those ridges cut. That's what cuts the paper out. And then here's the back. See, it's all smooth. So when you stamp something, then you're going to put this down. So the stamp, like if you hold it like this, the stamp goes the other way because you turn it this way to cut it out. And somebody's pounding in the background here, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but we will keep going. So you cut it there, okay, and then this is the shape that you get. So I just wanted you to see, this is the shape, and then I stamped it and then cut it out there, okay, so that's this shape. And if you see this blade up, looks like that, blade down, it's like this. Then for this flower, here again is the shape. There's the blade and there's the shape. Okay. The blade and the shape. Let me see. I'm going to put this up a little bit higher. So hopefully. Okay. Then this one, that's the biggest one of them. See the blade, and there's that shape. Just trying to make, hopefully it shows up okay on the. And actually, no, I'm going to turn it this way because it'll give us a little more room because we're focusing on these right now, the shape. So I do it like this. I don't know if you can see it, if it will show up any better. So that one is there. Those two are there. And then here's the fern. Okay, so there's those four. So hopefully, can't tell if it's not bright enough here or just what's going on. Here, let me try this. I think I need to get some different lights here possibly. Okay, never fails, our landline rings. Okay, then on the back, these are shapes that stands on their own. Okay, so here's this. And this is one that you can stamp greetings on. Okay, so this looks pretty much the same either side. So you just always make sure you got the sharp side down. Okay, then, so I'll put, wait, this will go here. Then this cuts out this wreath. So is that in there? Let me just see. I know, let me pull this over this way a little bit. There. So here's this one. I put that one right there. So this is the wreath. And I think if I set that there, you might be able to see that. All right. And then there was two, these are right here. Okay, those are these. And then three of these. Two of them are pretty much the same. And the third one is just like going the opposite direction. Let me see. Yeah, those two I think are almost alike, but that's okay. So if you wanted, you could just make up some greenery and just add that to the front of your card. Okay, so this is called a die. This right here is called a die cut. And again, there are some people that were asking me some questions because they're new to stamping and die cutting. So I'm taking the time here to explain a little bit more. Okay. Die cuts, dies, all right? And these die cuts don't have any stamps that coordinate with them. They just stand on their own, okay? Let me put these back on here so I don't want to lose them. I put them on this magnetic, it's got, and this is sticky here, so if you wanted, you could even put your stamps on that, okay? Then this one, so I put all the ones that stand alone on there and the ones that cut out stamped images here. Okay. So that's two main kinds of dies. All right. And they're thin wafer dies, some people call them. They used to call these we used to refer to as thinlets. And these we referred to as edgelets because they just went around the edge. Okay. Because the first dies were very, very thick. And I can show you one here actually. Maybe if I can get a hold of it. Where is it? Yeah, they're right here. The original dies at one point, were thick like this. And actually, you could use this on our machine. You just don't use and I'm going to show you the machine, you just don't use the base plate, okay? And it's hard, you can't really see it here. I can see an outline of what this is, and it just happens, this is what this one was, what that will cut out, okay? And when it presses it through, like you would put the paper on this, you've got plates on either side of it, and when it goes through the pressure, or a plate on top actually, it goes through this machine, it puts a lot of pressure on, and then this kind of goes down. There's like a blade all around there, and that presses up and cuts. Okay, so those were much more expensive than these. So this is now, for the most part, this is the way our dies come now. But if you had the older ones, you still could use it with our machine. Okay, the other thing I have on here is the embossed, this is the embossing folder. An embossing folder, these are plastic. Sometimes they've made out of other material, but ours right now are plastic. And when you open it up, one side has an impression that stands up and the other goes down. This stands up and that goes down. So when the paper rolls through, it pushes down in and it leaves these ridges. And I took a darker ink and just went over to try to help the ridges to maybe be a little more. If I set it like this, maybe you can see it better. Maybe not. So to make the ridges stand out a little more. In person, you can see it better a lot of times than on the camera. Okay. I don't know why. There, see, put it over to the side a little, just under the light. There, you might be able to see that a little better. Okay, so I'm going to show you these, how those work, okay? But before I do that, I did want to show you the paper that I was telling you about, okay? So, in the first set, the sun prints, they all are blues. And how these papers were made was there's a specific kind of paper that you can put something on. Like in this case, it was like these little ferns or whatever. And you expose it to the sun, and wherever those are, it stays white, and around it changes color. I don't know exactly. I mean, I know there's different ways they have to get different colors. I don't know exactly how they do all that. I just know that's how it works. And then they take a picture of this, and that's what the papers are, pictures of that, of a sun print. So that's why they're called that. So here's, in this package, you get 2 of each of these, and there's a different design front and back. So there's 6 pages. There's really 12, but they're two-sided. So it's like 6 of these, 2 of each of these, and there's 6 different designs on one side, 6 different on the other. So you end up with 2 of 12 designs. Okay, so this is one side, this is the other. This is, can't you see, that would make a beautiful scrapbook page. This to me looks like a sky. And there's these. Some gray there, and on here, yesterday, after I watched what I did yesterday, you could see a little better online than in person, but there's like faded writing in the background. Okay, this one, to me, this looked almost like some stones that they have, not marble per se, but you know, there's different stones, rock formations that will have different colors, and that's what that reminds me of. This side has stripes, which obviously could go either up and down or sideways. Here's these beautiful prints. The back of this is gray. And just to show you, because they might look similar in your mind, but this and that are different, okay? Then there's these, the gray fern, and then just spots on the back of that. Okay. And the colors that go with this are gray granite, night of navy, oh my gosh, Pacific. Suddenly my mind went blank. And oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. And Pacific Point. Oh my goodness, I know that, and I can't come up with it. And then this is one of our new in colors. This is Starry Night. Now, when you just have this by itself, it looks very blue, but when you put it next to the other blues, you can see there is some purplish color to that. Okay, now, I did a video yesterday showcasing those. And these are the cards that I made yesterday. They're on my Facebook page, but I did share them to YouTube, so you can go either place to watch them. My Facebook page for these is called Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. Okay, my YouTube page is just under my name, Sonia Ranger. Then there's this. I just made use of all of these I used some of the designer series paper. And this, I stamped these, I cut them out. Okay, layered a couple here and then put this on top there. There's the inside of that one. This one, here's some designer series paper there, just some Pacific Point here, and then I stamped on some of our basic white. And I found afterwards, I realized there was this little mark here from ink or something, and I thought, I didn't want to have to redo the whole thing or just sort out, and I got this idea after I stopped taping to just take one of the we have, oops, got the right one. These are our blending brushes, and just put a little, very lightly, and then just went over, and you can make it as light or as dark as you want. Okay, this one I did the same thing after, because there was a little stray mark on there as well. I think it was because they are new ink pads and they're very, very juicy. I was getting it all over everything. Then there's this card that I made. Again, this is the Starry Night. And when I did it on the video, I didn't have this ribbon. I thought, man, it needs something else, but I wasn't sure what. And after I stopped taping, I realized, oh my gosh, we've got this ribbon here. It's sparkly, it's white. Okay, but you can color this, and there's a couple ways to do it. We do have blender pens that go with our ink colors. I have not gotten those yet. At this point I need to be a little judicious, and so I'm getting some of I got quite a few things that are the in color, but I didn't get the Stampin' Blends yet. But I found, using one of our, I can find it here. Well, it's a different one, but here, like this. But like one of these sponge daubers, they fit out like on the end of your finger. This isn't the one I used. Oh, maybe this is it. This is my blue one. Again, put a little bit of blue on it, and I put this on a piece of scrap paper, and I just rubbed the ink on both sides of the, I did one side, then the other side, until I got the color I wanted. And I really liked how that turned out, so I added that afterwards. Okay, but if you want to see closer how I did those, you can look at the video from yesterday to see that. Now, I want to show you the pretty prints. This is a little bit different. These have 4 different colors in them and 3 pages, and it's really 6 designs, because there's one on the front and one on the back. And I divided them up by color here. So this is one side, and there's the other. So you can see they have similar types of things. They just have the blue. I mean, the other was blue, and this is different colors, some greens and turquoises, so that, and then this side. Okay, so all of these have the same prints. They're just in the different colors. So the colors that go with this are Coastal Cabana. Sorry to say the wrong names. I had to pause for a second. Bermuda Bay and Shaded Spruce. And I don't know if you can see right there, a little bit of the green, that's a Shaded Spruce. The lighter one is the Coastal Cabana, and how right next to that, how light it looks. Okay, so that's one set. The next colors are these orangey type ones. So again, okay, those colors. And the 3 colors that go with that are Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, and another one of our new in colors, Sweet Sorbet. The Sweet Sorbet had a little harder time seeing, but I thought, yep, it's the darker color there. This lighter color is this. Some of it has been like faded out a little, but it's that color. And then the really light one is the Petal Pink. Okay, so there's that color. The next color are some different greens. Okay, so this, and this. So see, again, all the same prints, they're just in different colors. And the colors that go with this are Soft Sea Foam. That's the really light one there. Because it's so dark, it looks almost white, but it's not. Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. These are 2 in colors that were new to us last year. We have each in color comes. We get 5 of them every year, and they stay for 2 years. So this is the 2nd year that we've been able to enjoy those. Okay, and then the 4th color they had is purples. As you can see, there's this one, that color. I realize they're not all in the same order here when I get to them, but that's okay. And then this one, and I'll leave that one on top so you can see again. This one was harder to see. It does look lighter. It's lighter. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe that's more of a white in there. But it does have these other colors. It's got, okay. The darkest one here is Blackberry Bliss. Then this lighter, almost reddish looking one is Rich Razzleberry. And then it's a little more difficult to see, but interspersed throughout is some of this purple. This is Gorgeous Grape. Gorgeous Grape. Highland Heather's lighter. So it was, and I was like, well, where's the purple when I first, and then I finally could see it. And here there's just little bits there. There's more of it that you can see. So this might be even a little easier to see. There's the purple. The Rich Razzleberry is in there. And the Blackberry Bliss. Okay. All right, so I am going to do some things with those in a little bit. But first, I wanted to show you, I just wanted to do something. This is our Stampin' Emboss machine. That's the regular size, and I forgot to see if I can grab it. It's just over here. It's not too far away. That's the regular size. This is the mini. So let's see here. Now, we do have some. I put it on the floor. 1 second, see if I can reach it. I want to show you in the catalog. So let me put this to the side for a moment. In our catalog, back where we have, when they have this icon next to it, that means that those dies fit in the mini. But this does not, because these dies are very big. So I'll just show you too. Some of the ones in the one I was showing today, some of these could fit in here, and I'll just show you because the difference is this. See, both of them, they're the same. The shape's the same. The handle goes on the same. It has a top handle. You open them like this, okay, and then your platforms will go here. So there's the mini, and then here's the regular size. Now, let me just move this out of the way, so hopefully you can maybe kind of see the difference. Okay. All right. So the difference in price, they changed it just recently, so I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. I didn't think about bringing that up. That is on page 156 to 157 is where they have all the accessories for this. And the big one, the regular size one, is $125. The little one, the mini one, is, I want to make sure I'm telling you, I think $63. Okay. This comes with, let me just see here. It includes and they both have all the plates that you need. So they come with the base plate, they have cutting plates or plates you need to emboss. There are some extra things that you would have to get possibly separately, but that's at least for that. Today I'm going to use the large one. Oh wait, I was going to show you here first. I'm going to use the big one to do things here. Just a few. I'm not going to do a lot, but just to show you, even this one, see, would fit on that. Let me just show you. Move this over. This would fit on that the platform is as wide as this is. Okay. However, this one is too big. See, it's not going to go through. So this one, well, maybe you could just squeak it through, but this one really you need the big one for, but these others would fit in the mini. Okay, but that's why I didn't have mini on, the little icon on it, because you can't use it for all of it. So that's just something for you to know. All right, and how, if you do end up, may help you decide if you wanted to take the step and go, get one of these machines, which one is going to work best for you. All right. Now, and the one thing I would point out is right now, because if you did sign up and as a demonstrator, because for $99 you get to choose $125 worth of items. So you could, if you wanted to sign up, you could choose this, and then you would still get some things, because they would give you the $66.50 worth of, it's mainly paper and ink pads, stuff like that, of the in colors. Something to think about, and even if you say, but I don't want to be a demonstrator, you can be what we call a hobby demonstrator. You don't have to sell to anyone, but if you want to take advantage of this so that, save some money on this, then that could be the way for you to go. Any questions, any more information about this that you would like, reach out to me and I will do my best to answer your questions. This is our base plate, and as you look, each one they have a number. Something, I forgot what it was, a piece of paper or something got stuck on the bottom of something, of the one plate that we put next. Oops, which is not right there. One second. Something that's like a piece of paper on here, and the pressure was a lot, and it did that, but it doesn't interfere with it going through. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. So yours would not have that; it would all be nice there. But one of the nice things about this is it tells you exactly what the different, they called sandwiches, that you need. So if you are doing the thin dies, which is what these are, okay, then you're going to put, it says a 1, 2, and then 3, 2 of the 3s. So there's 1, here's 2. Our number 3s are clear plates, and these are our cutting plates. So one of these, and then, I'll show you here in a minute, then you put your paper down, and you put your die down, okay? See, I'm showing you right here. And then you put your other plate down. And then that fits in here, and you run it through. And that, see, cuts that right out in one pass, and I got that. Sometimes if it's a more intricate die, like this is a little more intricate, if it doesn't cut all the way through the first time, most of the time it does, but if it didn't, you could run it back through again. I'm going to show you again. This is a little more intricate, because it's not so intricate because it just goes around the outside of the stamped image. This one, it's not as intricate as the wreath, but it's more intricate because it's got the leaves on it. And you can feel when it goes through, it's a little bit more resistance, takes a little more to roll it through, but you never have to force it. If you have to force it, something's not right. So back up and try again. Make sure everything's correct. So that's how you go with those. I just wanted to show you too, if you were going to use this, let me make sure I got this right, because I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I did this. You need that. You don't use this plate. See how thick that is there? It's even a little thicker. And let me just try something here. Try this. So then you can see. And now on this one, I'm going to do it this way so that the cutting surface is down. But I just want to show you that it will still. So if you had say like if you were someone who had done stuff for a long time and you had these older ones, or you pick them up at a yard sale, something. See? So even though you couldn't see really well here, actually it's this one. Wait, do I have it upside down? I have to look here, because I can just see it. I think it's this way. No, it's this way. Anyway, those are, and look, I didn't realize the paper didn't come all the way over, so that one's not only partially there, but that's okay. I still can use it on something. But I just wanted to show you, I showed you this was all we had at first, was these thick ones, but they cut beautifully. They last forever. Years ago, sometimes in many of the schools, they had something similar, those similar kinds of dies, and that's what they would use to cut out, to make their bulletin boards. Okay, so just kind of an interesting little thing. Now, I was going to show you, the next thing I was going to show you is the embossing folder. So here's the platform. So here we have two kinds of embossing folders. The one I had here is a 3D one. Whoops. I pulled my camera. Hopefully everything's okay here. give it a second to, gives me this little message. Don't move your camera. This one, and I'll try and show you here. The 3D is really thick, and you can see like it looks thicker there. Here's a one that's not the 3D, and you can see how thick this is compared to that. So if you're cutting, or if you're embossing with this, so I need a different paper than what I had. Oh, here, I can use this. Let me just, the other end of that paper I just cut. So, and they go in there. Now, for that one, it says you need a 1 and 2 of the number 3. So there's a 1. And then these are 2 of the number 3s. And you always have the folded edge goes that direction. And you just do it through once. I can feel it's a little tight, which is what it's supposed to be. Okay, and that snapping, that's normal. So I don't know how well you can see, but it's like almost like leopard spots. Okay, now that's the regular one. If you are doing the 3D one, then you get this, a number 4, and you use just the number 1 and the number 4, and I had a paper for that right here. I just had it a few minutes ago. Here it is. Put something on top of it. Now this one's a little smaller, and one of the things I did want to show you, and move this to the side for a minute. Okay, because these actually are, some are more square. This one is 4.5 by just over 6. I do have some that are square, and they're like 6 by 6, but this is a little bit, it's cut down. It's not like the whole, like the other one's pretty much the whole side. What you can do is, many of them have that line right there. If you line this up, the edge of that right up along that line. Oh, and I moved it because I moved my thumb. Let me make sure I got it. It's off a little. But anyway, if you use that line to line the bottom up, then it will be straight in there. Some things don't matter. Some things it may matter if it's off. And then this one, you just have the big base plate, and you have the 4. And there's that. There's one side, and there's the other. This one, it's interesting to me. It doesn't see, I guess it's not leaving as deep an impression as I was expecting. I even, like right here, it's not much of an impression. So I have to play around with it and find out what's going on with it. But anyway, so there's 2 different, this is the regular, and this is the 3D one. Okay, so, all right. So I did want to just take a few minutes to show you with this machine how those things work, because there were some people that did ask me about it, and I don't want to act like everybody knows everything, and so I'm sorry if I came across that way, because that was not my intention. Okay, so now I want to do a couple of cards at least with this paper. Oh, I know, I was thinking that maybe I would use, oh, it's not, I was thinking it was this color, and it's not that color. So, all right. So I was thinking I would use the 3D, but that color doesn't go along with the paper, so I guess I'm not using that here. But that's okay. We will move along. Yeah, I thought it's the mint macaron instead of the soft succulent there. So, all right. So let me see. I think I'm going to do, let me pull this out. I made sure I had card bases and the colors with each of these papers. So let me just see here. So I didn't plan specifically. I just had some ideas of what I might want to try to do. So, oh, I know. I think I wanted it on the green. So I'm going to use, this is our trimmer, our paper trimmer. And you can cut with it, and you can also score with it. So these are card bases. The card bases are half of a sheet of cardstock. So let me just, oh, they're right here. So here's the cardstock. This is a whole sheet. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this color with this on it. So here, when you open up, that's half of the card of this piece of cardstock. Okay, I like my cards like this. Okay, some people like them. Oh, I should have grabbed one out here. I've got a bunch of card bases are set to go here. So if I ever, let me just see if I can quickly, is that one? Yep. Some people, see, I like it to open on this side, and it can either open this way or this way. Some people like it to open like this. Now this one also, you could open it either direction, but there's people that like that, to have the fold like that at the top. Actually, it stayed pretty. Part of why I don't do these very often is it seems like so often I do it, and then when somebody wanted to set it up, it does this type of a thing, much more than this. And I just think it's just because it's, you know, lit narrower here. But whatever way you like it is fine. So if you want it like this way, then and what I do is, because you can get two out of one sheet, is I put it in here. And 4 1/4, because it's 8 1/2 this way. So at 4 1/4, then I score it like that. And I score it a few times because I really like a nice score. And then you turn it this way, and because that's 11, half of that is 5 1/2. And then you're going to cut it. Okay? So then it folds there, and you should, I didn't pay attention there, but you want to just pay attention to try and make sure that the edges and corners line up. And then I do this with my bone folder to help it lie flatter. And I found too, this is like almost like this huge mouse pad, and doing it on that gives me a better crease than if I do it on a hard surface. And I'm going to show you that how do you get it so that it will open at the top. You have to open at the top. You're going to, that corner's a little funky there. This time you're going to put it, so it's the 11-inch side, you're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, and then cut it at 4 1/4. Now, if you don't want two cards, you can just do the cutting first and do the, I'm not sure if I got that all the way up there. I think there. You can do the cutting first and then just one of them. Okay, but there's that. All right, so that's really the main difference. All right, so where's the sheet here? Bring this one back, this other one back. So if you like it this way, it's half of the cardstock this way. So if you don't want two card bases out of this, you would then cut it here at 5 1/2, and then you would score this end at 4 1/4. If you want two like I did, then you do the scoring first, 4 1/4, and then cut it at 5 1/2. Okay, I hope I'm not confusing you, but I just want you to know. Then the same, you want to go the other direction. Then again, if you only want one, you cut it at 5 1/2. No, I said that wrong. You cut it at 4 1/4 and then score it at 5 1/2. Or you can start out as I did with the score first and then cut it in half, and then you've got two. All right. So just a little bit of basic information there. The other thing is that whatever you put on the front of this, whether it's, let me move these, whether if you want the piece of paper, like the piece of Actually, I am going to do it this other way, I think, because that one was not, that one's not folded right. I don't know what I did. If you wanted to cover the whole front, but because these are thinner that you wanted a little extra, so then you're going to, have this be the base. Then that would be 4 1/4 this way, 5 1/2 this way. If you want a little bit of, like something like that, then you're going to cut it at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Most of the time, if you're doing layers, it's in increments of 1/4 inches. So by that I mean, I should have a piece of paper here. I do have some scrap paper. Let me show you. Because no matter which way you cut it when you're doing these, and these are what we call an A2 card. The front measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. Okay, this is in America. Some other places it's a little different. Okay, so that's like that. Now, if you want, and then usually for the layers, you're going to go down 1/4 or 1/2 inch. You can go down 1/8. You can even go down 1/16. But with a 16th, you're going to have a very, very tiny, because it's going to be like a 32nd of an inch all the way around. Okay, and I know for me, 8's a lot of, not that I never do 8's, I do, or 16ths, but 1/4s are really the easiest. So that's why I'm going to tell you today. So if you wanted a layer that showed a bit of a border from the base, and you do 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, the next size down is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so then you can keep going like that. If you wanted it to be an 8, so it'd be a little bit, so this would be 4, so the next one would be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because a half is 4/8. And then it would be this size, would be the next one, 1 1/8. Then after that would be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so, and the 8s they're easier than the 16ths. Not that we can't do the 16ths, but I'll just show you here. Okay, on the trimmer, this long line here, that's always the inch. Then the next longest is the 1/2 inch, so it's halfway between 1 and 2. Okay, 1/4 inches are the next longest, so it's, halfway between the number and the 1/2 inch. So that's 1/4, and then there's 3/4. So 1/4, 1/2, or 2/4, 3/4, and then the inch. So then the 8th is these next ones. Okay, and the 16th are the littlest ones. So it's probably more information than you wanted, but I just wanted to show you. So many times on the front, and where's my cards that I did? I can show you, actually, at least on, I can show you this. This one, that is, and that's this size, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and I don't know if I can reach. There's some other cards here. Let me just see. There, I'll use that one. This is from last week, I think. Okay, so this one, I think, let me make sure I'm telling you correctly here. Wait a second, I gotta wind the wire to my, there, the wire to my speaker, not my speaker, my microphone. All right, yes, so just to show you, okay, again, I'll do it on the back just so you can see. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's like the front. So this is going to be 4, because it's 1/4 inch less, by 5 1/4. See, because the card's 5 1/2. And here, this is the next size down. So this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. All right. If you wanted more of that to show, you just keep going, whatever size you want. Okay. I'm just saying, for most of us, doing by the 1/4 inch is what we like to do. There are some people that do prefer the 8ths. It's whatever you want. There's no true rules. It's just, that's one easy way, especially if you're starting out, that's an easy way to get a border. All right, so let me make a card here. So I'm going to go, wait, I just wanted to see. I want the lighter. I'm going to, and because this has different, it's almost ombre, and that some hearts are darker, some are lighter. I don't think it's going to matter. So I want this to be 4 inches. So 4 inches this way, and 5 1/4 this way. All right. And then see, when you put that on, you just kind of, you try to get it. And one of the tricks is sometimes if you do it this way, because then you only have one long side and 2 shorter sides, if you look and it looks to you, now for the most part you're going to eyeball it, but you're going to want this, and this to all look about the same, because because then this side is usually fine, okay, unless you didn't cut something the way you should. And you can use whatever adhesive you like. You can do tape runner. Today I'm going to bring out my silicone mat so if I don't get any glue on my work surface here. Pull this over. And I just realized I hope I was in the frame for you. Okay. And now, and one of the things with using the glue, and now this paper could go, it's an all over paper. Wait, or do I like it better? Sometimes I have to look at it. Yeah. See, it doesn't really matter. All right. All right, and now I'm going to turn it this way so I can try and get it. And one of the things with wet glue is that, although I've waited a little bit here, if you thought it wasn't quite where you want it, it will move a little bit. And I did get that off just a little bit. It's okay. It's good enough. Okay. So that's right there. And if you wanted to just have a simple card, there you have it. And then you can just put, whether it's even with just some little thing like this, or if you want it fancier, like using this, okay? And you could do one of the, here, let me pull this up here. I didn't think this through, but let me just see here. I think I'm going to, here's this. And so 1 and 2, one of my top, I try to keep one plate for the top plate, but every now and then something gets mixed up, and it did a little there. Let's see, I think I'm going to have some of my shaded spruce here. I've got some little pieces, smaller pieces, whatever. They're not necessarily little, but they're smaller pieces. Okay. That, and I think I'm going to, which one? Yeah. So I just want something on the front, and I didn't want to, so I think I'm going to just do some of these. And as I said, you could also stamp something out and cut it out. But in this, right now, I'm going to just do some of these and kind of play around with them a little bit. Okay. Do this there. And so there's those. I'm going to put them over here so I don't lose them. And I think I will, let me see, what do I want to, what's the paper look like? Okay. It's more like this. So where's the, let's see, right here I have a piece of this white. Put that to the side. I need a little bigger space here maybe, but and then I'm gonna try and do a couple of these if I can, and I'm gonna do that in do I want that in shaded spruce or do I want it in I may do it in, I think I'll do it in the Bermuda Bay just to give a little contrast. We'll see if we don't like it. There, and I kind of moved it a little. There, it's better. Let me try, it was the side that I messed up. This. No, it doesn't matter, they both are. That's going to be good enough. It might be off a little, but it's good enough. Okay, so I stamped those. These to the side. And so it's kind of trying to take you a little bit stuff. These are not the best stamp jobs ever, but hey, I should do this one first maybe. Now, sometimes they'll stay, and sometimes it wants to move. So that one looks like it's staying. But if it moves, you can use like a Post-it note or washi tape. But even though washi tape is less sticky than regular Scotch tape, you still may want to like put this piece of tape on your back of your hand and get some of the stickiness off. So these stayed good for me, so I didn't have to worry about that, but sometimes they don't. All right, so let me just see. Is that gonna do what I want on here? Oh, I think it might. Look at that. Just even kind of like this. And maybe have a few of these in there. So wait a minute. The only other thing was I did want, oh, this is big enough. Is that big enough for this? Nope. We have a piece of my, there's a couple things you can do. Just want to make sure I got a piece of paper big enough here. That's not it. That's not quite it. I got some scraps here, so I'm just trying to look through my scrap pile. All right, I can do this. Okay, so let me see. What do I want to say? Grab this right here. Oh, I'm going to try the best wishes and happy thoughts because I kept wondering yesterday, does it really fit? And I think this one, I think I am going to do in the shaded spruce to kind of go along with the background. And I hope that's going to fit in there. Whoop. And of course, I messed it up because it moved on me. So I went to put it down, it like wobbled. Now, hopefully it's going to... There, well, that's a little bit. I still messed it up a little bit. Let's see. This is what I really wanted to know. Oh, I don't like how they try it again because that's what I do. I think now I got to take a breath because I'm getting a little antsy, like maybe I'm taking too long. And I said, no, I want to take my time today. So I'm going to try this again. That's a little better. And this, but I just see this really just fits in there, so you got to kind of, so this one I may use one of my sticky notes here. Okay, I'm going to turn this way. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on here. Let me bring this up here. So if I don't, oh, I just got my finger in that. So if I don't have to move it too much before I run it through, sometimes you can do it down there and then move it up, but I'm going to do it this way because sometimes when I go from one spot to the other, it wants to move. So let's see, best thoughts. It's sticking to my finger, kind of. Try that. Where did I? Right here. Oh, see, I bumped that. Okay, let me see. That's probably about the best we're going to get. So this really just fits on here. So I'm just to help hold it in place. Yep, that looks good. Now, if you want, you can cut this out first and then stamp your sentiment on it. Doing it this way, then I know I can, fit it around my sentiment there. All right, so let me set that down. And I'll put this inside here so I don't lose it, I hope, anyway. All right. So, if I have these, and I might do, this is what I was thinking. I just want to lay it out before I actually glue anything down, just to see how I might like it. And then this I could put here. And what I think I'm going to do with this, because I could have done, if it was smaller, I could have done this in the green and then made a smaller piece of white that maybe went, a little bit shorter, but went like over that. You could do that too. But in this case, because is this green? Let me just see. Yes, it is a green. So you just like this. So I want it to give it a little more color than just the white here. I just got it on my thumb. No, I didn't. Good. So this will go here. Then on this one, these, you also could do that. And that one I might do this, the more turquoisey one, or you could do it in the green also. But this one I wanted to go with the color I stamped it. And if you've decided you didn't like the turquoisey with it, it's maybe too much, you could also stamp this in the, so the turquoisey one there was Bermuda Bay. I had to stop and think what color I'm using. And, or you could have, this could have been done in the green also, the shaded spruce. Okay, but as I said, I wanted a little bit more contrast there, so that's why I did it that color. And here's this, which could even come out from behind. I have another one of those. Where is it? Oh, great. Did I lose it? I wanted both of them. Well, it's here. Oh, there it is. It was kind of caught here. It's not in there. It just, when it was coming out, it didn't come all the way out. It just kind of stuck in there. So let me see if I do it kind of like this. Maybe even, and as I said, I like to kind of do a quote unquote dry run before I stick stuff down. Maybe have this go a little, whoop, what's happening there? It's not cooperating. It's sticking down. I don't know if I got some glue on there and didn't realize it or what. Kind of like something like this. Okay. Then this could go here, and I probably will pop that up and maybe have kind of like this. And this one can come maybe even over there. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, now again, you may be at home going, oh my gosh, no, don't do that, don't do that. Do it what you want when you're at home. Okay, that's the thing. You do what you want. Now, there's a few ways you could do this. You could use your tape runner. You could put little dots of glue on there. Or you could do this. And with a, I realized we no longer carry, where do I have my sponge? I had a sponge. The sponges, it's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I have some, oh, good grief, it was right here. Oh my goodness gracious. I used it not that long ago and it was right here. Oh, here it is, over here. Okay. You can use a sponge like this. You can use to put ink on. You can do this. So this side's a little sticky, so I've used it before. So just a little pool there, and then just like do this on the back of these. And you might want to take, maybe have a take your pick tool or some other pokey tool. Just hold it down so it will stay where you want it. Oh, two of them are together there and there. Okay. Ah, get off my thumb. That's why I was trying to use this and then they stuck together. Okay. Then I wanted one more like this and one a little more like this. I think that's how I wanted it. Keep these for a minute. Maybe. We're going to go there. And then I wanted these a little more kind of like this. Yeah, that's kind of how I want it. So this one, I'm just going to put it on the bottom. You could put it all the way up on the top if you wanted, but I think I want that one just on the bottom here. Like that. Then I'm going to put this one on next. And this one I'm going to pop up with our dimensionals. Now again, you don't have to necessarily have all of these things. I like dimensionals. And I forget how much they are now. They're not a lot of money. You get a whole bunch of them for the price. Okay, and then this one I wanted to put just a little to the side here and down a little bit like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put one of these is going to go over here like that. And I think I put it on the wrong side a bit because one side, when you cut them, one side is, see, that looks flatter, but let me just make sure I don't have it up. Maybe I did put it on upside down there, and if the glue's on the other side, obviously you want it is. I did do it upside down. Yay. And the glue's on the side I need it on. So there. So there's that. So for just winging it, not having something planned ahead of time, that turned out pretty decent, I think. And then you can, if you want, you don't have to, you can do some bling on there. And the one thing that I would say is, if you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you do want to get a little bling, if you get the rhinestone basic jewels, it's $5 and you get 2 sheets of them. And I forgot, they say how many are on here somewhere, 140. And they're 3 different sizes, 3mm, 4mm, 5mm. So they will go quite a ways, and they go with most things unless you got something that's more gold colored. So where do I want to put these? Wait, let me get my take your pick tool. And you don't necessarily have to have this. The end of your little scissors could you work. And where's the rest of them? Because I did have them. I just don't know what I did with them. I had a whole bunch of them out. All right, I guess I'm not doing I have to do all. I have mostly littler ones here. I wanted one of the bigger ones. I'm going to put one there. One here. And we usually do in, like, odd numbers, just because there's something about nature a lot of times has odd numbers, like of leaves or petals, and it just is more pleasing to her. Look what I did. It's upside down. And it's one of the, okay, I just want to tell you that's something that unfortunately I seem to do. So it's upside down. Sometimes I'm not going to be able to take this off because that's glued down. Possibly so what I'm going to have to do is cut this off and put it on a different base, but that's okay. It will open this way when I'm done, but there you see, that's the front of my card. So see, sometimes no matter how long you've been doing this, you still can mess it up. So yeah, what I'll do is I probably will just cut it here, and then just, even though the front will end up being a little thicker than the back, I'll just like glue it on here. Okay, I can just show you so that you're not. Sometimes if you do it, depending on, especially if it hasn't been very long. Oh, I didn't quite get that. Sometimes you can, if you do it with a tape runner, it's easy to just pull it off. Just have to take your time. There. All right. So where's this? Actually, I'm going to have two of them because I have my glue all over that one. So I'll just show you here so it's not like a guess. Did she really do that? Did she do something else? And I try to look at that as I'm putting it on to make sure I've got it the correct direction, and I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't do that today, and I didn't make sure this was right either. Where's my... Okay. There. Okay. So this is going to go edge to edge. Now, to double check, there's the bottom. Here's the bottom. Bottom, bottom, top, top. Okay. And because it goes side to side, edge to edge. And I'm just going to give it a back rub here. Okay. And then usually what I do with this, just so you know, is I put a piece, on this I would put a piece of basic white. And I do have some... I have these little boxes down here that I have some pre-cut pieces in. Okay, so this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece, and I'll just show you. I usually do also decorate the inside. So for this, I'm not sure what color I have on here. Where's my scrap paper? I just had it. Well, nope. Well, here, I can do it on here. Yeah, it was that color. So I just want to get, because the edge here is kind of a mess. Let me try that again. So I should do it on here actually, because it'll wipe off that other. And sometimes I just like to do kind of like that there, and maybe, let's see, do I want that next to it or not really? No, I think I'll just do that. Later I may add more, and then whatever I decide, if I want to put it, when I make cards, a lot of times I don't put an inside sentiment, and I'll just wait and do it later. And if I have like a tape runner, I may just put one little thing like that, because then I can usually take it out and stamp it, because sometimes you want to be a little careful stamping it, putting it down and then stamping, because if you make a mistake. The other thing I could have done was I could have put, which maybe I will do that, I could have put one of these right there to hide that there, and I'm going to move this one then more like that. And maybe this one, I think I'm going to do it more like this. Maybe this one over there more. There, here. And then, because I had that little ding, so, and sometimes I liked the way they were before, but because I want to hide that. If you want to do 5, because I said usually we do the odd number. So there. Okay. So today's video was longer, but I purposely plan to have a longer video so I could go over some of this stuff for the people that are new. And you know, people that aren't new to it, and they don't have to sit and watch it all if they don't want to, or they can fast forward through different parts. Okay, so this is the one I made today. I will put a still picture of this on. I'll put directions on. Also, I'm going to try to, you know, explain some of the things in writing. I'll try and explain some of the things that I did. I hope this is, I just looked up and I can see it up there and it looks kind of weird. Anyway, hopefully it's okay. All right. So any comments? I do welcome comments. I just ask that people be kind. We try to be kind to each other. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. So I will be back on Stamping Around the Dining Table on Friday with a fun fold. And then next week I'll be back with more new stuff from our catalog. And so until we meet again, everyone, happy crafting. Bye-bye.